So hello everyone, today I am going to show you the full execute of A-Site Mirage from T side. So we are considering that everyone will be on the full buy and we will have 5 AKs, there is no need of op. So let me tell you first that we are not going to push at the starting of the round, we are going to hold for a minute, the 1 minute mark, and we will execute at the 1 minute mark. Okay. So I'm going to show you the individual roles of everyone, like who is going to hold a site and A main, palace, mirage mid and everything. So let's get started. We'll obviously have 5 guys. One will hold palace, one will hold a main, one will go mid, one will BS and one will go at underpass. Okay, so let's start with the a main guy. Okay, so you have to hold aim in, everyone have to hold their positions for around 1 minute, so that if some cities try to push and gain information, you can easily get a man advantage. So when it comes to holding aim in, there are so much ways that I have seen someone hold aim in like this, and if someone tries to push, they just back off and let them come in if they're stupid enough. So or like what I would say is to hold him in from here, because it is a off angle, I would say. The like everyone, when someone pushes him in, they go like here, and like this pro players will obviously who are on the higher level, higher ranks, will obviously check it, but it's a nice way. Like if someone sees you can push and make a fake drop sound, and they will think that you are somewhere down, but you are not, and you will obviously get an upper hand. So that's how you can hold them in. And what you can do is throw a fake smoke. So to throw a which I would not say it's a fake smoke, but it is actually called a fast plant smoke. For this you have to line up into this wooden pillar or bar, what do we say. Then you just keep hitting D for little. You will just line up in this bar and you press D. Keep pressing D until you start to see this slit. Okay, this slit exactly. So you line up here, and when you start to see the slit, you have to line up this wooden bar and the middle of this pillar. So when you line up these 2 points, you get a smoke something like this. Okay, and just a simple click throw. So this smoke is actually used for the fast plant. So they flash in pistol rounds mainly this is used. So they flash everyone and bomber will go here and just plant the bomb, and everyone will just back off. And in addition to that, you can also throw a flashbang. So it will be like a clear sign of indication that someone is trying to T's are going to push, or at least someone is there at aim in. So that flash will actually so let me show you. So you have to bounce this flash. Sorry, where am I? Okay, the flash will bounce off and pop right here. So if anyone is holding this angle, will obviously get blinded. Same goes for this guy. And I've seen someone play from here too. So it will be hard for them. They won't get flashed. It's like 90% chances that they won't get flashed, but your aim is not to push already, so it doesn't matter. So when you throw the smokes and this flashbang, there are there is a pretty good chance that cities will spill out their utilities, like they might smoke Amen or Palace or like Molly and okay, this smoke and flash will spill out the utilities of the cities, and you can, so now that the Amen guy has used his smoke and a flashbang, he is left with one molly and a flashbang. Okay, so now he is going to be our entry fragger. So when everyone is like gathering for the execute, what Amen guy has to do is come up to like this point and protect everyone from cities who is trying to push Amen, or if they try to push Amen. So like you can play from here, because our there will be one guy who will be like lining up for the jungle smoke from here. So it is crucial to protect him, because obviously you don't want to ruin your execute. So you can hold from here. This way the sniper at the stairs and this position won't be able to hit you if there is a sniper. So you can hold from here, and also you can like flash him before the execute, flash everyone. So like okay, now let's talk about the palace guy. Now it's up to you how you want to hold palace. I have seen someone hold I have seen someone hold palace like passively from here, and if they try to push, keep checking this, they just hold passively. I usually hold palace from this angle, and I have also seen some people hold palace aggressively like this, and if someone tries to push, they just white peek and kill them. Now at the time of execute, what palace guys role is to provide support flashes. Sorry, so you have to bounce your flashes from this part of wall, which will like, and like once they have smoked stairs and jungle, you have to check sandwiches from here if there is someone or not, and you have to clear out this angle. And after that what you can do is like line up in this corner, right corner, and throw a molly like this. To throw this molly, what you have to do is to aim at the nearest point of this opening. So you can like, now this molly is perfect, like it will obviously bring out the guy who is playing shadows. So he also can hide here, because the molly will obviously start to damage him. So like he want it or not, he obviously have to come out. And if he smokes and when you molly like here and he smokes for the protection of him, so we'll obviously know that there is someone in the shadow, and you can like literally blind fire him, and there are high chances that you will obviously get a easy kill. Okay, now let's move on to the mid guy. Now I would say that you can hold mid from here, and if someone tries to push, you can get a easy kill, or you can obviously you can also play from here, because it is a pretty off angle, like no one would expect us terrorists to be at this point. So like if I am a city, I push, I will check this, I will go like this, or obviously check, and if I like climb here, when you if I climb here, then I won't expect that there is a terrorist will be at this point, and you will obviously get an easy kill. Now let's move on to the underpass guy. Now I would not say to push the underpass up to this, because at the starting of round I have seen cities push underpass, and like there are some nice pretty pop flashes like to push the underpass. Like this guy will there are some ways, I would not explain that. So I would not suggest that to push the underpass at the early of the round. What you can do is hold a flashbang and just keep jiggle picking this. If you see a city like pushing, then when you can throw your flash at this meeting point, this 90 degree. So the like you just jiggle pick, you see a city, and like it will obviously blinding if he was trying to push, and after that flash you can peek and kill him, or you can play like just jiggle pick with your weapon in your hand, and if price you can just wall bang him. So you can see someone wall bang. The flash idea was pretty well, I think. It's a nice pop flash, better than this obviously. He is obviously going to turn away if the flash will take this much time to pop. So okay, this was the underpipe guy. Now let's move to the BFs guy. Now I would also not say to push and BFs at the starting of the round, because if cities have got a nice spawn and if he is a upper, there is 90% chance that he will be reaching at this point before you. So I would say that you just keep the angle from here around somewhere here. So I have seen many cities that they like to push BFs, and to just to know that they aren't going to push B, so they can give a call to the other guys on the B side to go them to the A side, because he knows for sure that no one is up to in this app, so obviously it's going to be A execute. So I would say that you can hold from here, or if you want to like really want to take a peek, you line up yourself in this corner and just aim somewhere around here. It can be anywhere, and just a step throw. So the flashbang will pop right here and it will blind anyone who's like holding this. Okay, so you can then peek and just fall back, and after the flashbang you must have to hold like this angle, because I have seen when someone flashes the BFs, what someone will do is like they literally nade or molly the BF, so to give some damage to that guy. I have like once literally taken the 67 damage from this grenade when I was trying to hold this angle, and the grenade came and I wasn't able to avoid it, and like lost a lot of HP. So I would suggest to just stay passive in the BFs. Now this was about holding. Now let's move to the main execute. Okay, no, so from this point to get to the T spawn, it takes around 20 seconds. Okay, so you have to start clearing the start rotate from around 1 minute 20 seconds, and the underpass guy will obviously be some 2 or 3 seconds late. Now meanwhile, what mid guy have to do, if he was holding from here, what he can do now is like take a aggressive angle from here and just jiggle pick if someone is at mid or not, and just hold this angle and let the underpass and BF's guy rotate and protect them. Okay, so the mid guy is full of utilities. Okay, so he will be playing at the back of the execute. We don't need to lurk. Okay, so we can easily take the site, and the last guy, which is the mid guy, will obviously support with his utilities. So the BFs guy has to hold a little bit more aggressive angle and let the BFs and the underpass guy rotate. Now move on to the main execute. I had said that the main guy have to hold the angle like this. Now the BFs guy can like line up from here and move to the back of right side of the roll until like you are able to see this A into half. Okay, now we have guys going to smoke city. So to smoke city you have to line up the center of the sun in this little square, this little square's right side line. Okay, line segment to be more specific. This this is no time for joke. This point and this point. So you once line up, you have to press shift and walk a little bit and throw. So this is going to block the, like, this is not perfectly done. Let me do it again. It takes practice, obviously. So okay, this is perfect. Now no one is going to able to see what's happening from the side, but what cities can do is like they can climb up to this box and up to this ticket booth. So you have to obviously take care of that scene also. And the underpass guy can run up and prepare for the jungle smoke. So prepare, what you have to do is like climb up here and find this little block. Every other block is like big, so you have to find like the this block in the second window, 1 2, and there will be a fade line around here. Okay, so you have to like aim down and line up for this. And what you will do is like you are going to line up this line, first line left side from this pillar, and the middle of that pillar. So you will let it go away. So you will line up like this and to the middle of the pillar. This is going to smoke jungle, and cities won't be able to do able to see anything that's going on from the side. It's a little bit imperfect, but you can practice this smokes in the YP-Rec practice maps, so you will get better at it. But cities can still jump peek and see what's happening at the palace. And I have also seen some cities like that take boost around this point and they boost the sniper, and they obviously have a good chance to kill someone trying to come from palace. Now let's move on to the mid guy. So underpass guy will smoke jungle, the BF's guy will smoke city, then the mid guy will smoke stairs. So to smoke stairs you have to line up in this corner, I would say, like line up to this tile and aim at the middle of this gap. Let it go away. So you have to aim in the middle of this gap. Aim at the middle of this gap. So like it's going to smoke upstairs, and jungle pass and city will also smoke. So the site will look something like this once after the full execute. And obviously the mid guy is full with utilities. No, sorry, we forget about the palace guy. I already said that the palace guy would provide support flashes, check sandwich, and like clear out this angle. And then if it's clear, you can molly it and just clear out the firebox and ninja. Now talking about the mid guy. Now he is full with utilities, so like he can provide flashbangs, support flashbangs. And the A-main guy and the underpass guy will, like, obviously A-main guy will be the entry fragger, the underpass guy will follow him, and the BS guy will also join them. Now these 3 people must have AKs in their head, and like they don't have to hold a utility now because the mid guy will be providing utility to them. So when the aiming guy pushes, like you two must check this angle, the firebox, and this angle. Okay, now like you can like push up to sandwich, and like okay, you have to now clear the sandwich. Now there's something that everyone should keep in mind, that this is a entry fragger. So until he reaches before he reaches this point, the other supporting players must have cleared out this angle. So obviously he won't get killed by someone playing in shadow or here at this corner. Palace guy will be obviously providing molly, so they can also wait for the push. Like once they molly, everyone will just spread out and take control of the site. Mid guy can also like once he has provided support flashbangs. Oops. Why are the flashes failing? Okay. Okay, well, like you have provided support flashes. Now like the entry fragger sees someone at the triple box or the default, what he can do is like give a call to the mid guy. Now if someone is a triple box, the mid guy can like molly the triple boxes. So if someone is trying to hide in there, you will obviously have to come out, and like he can also like molly the default. So if someone is trying to play there, he will obviously have to come out and fight with you. So be careful with the calls, and obviously these two both mollies are easy, and in some case, like if the palace guy was not able to perfectly molly the shadow, so what underpass guy can do is like you have to like come from here and just hug this wall and throw a molly like this. So it will like obviously clear out shadow. You have to just bounce your molly off from this board. If you do it from too far, like this won't like be perfect, so you have to like swing out a little bit and then throw the molly. So like this can damage anyone who is hiding there. Okay, so this was the full execute. Like some guy will push this, some will come from here, someone like go from the middle of the side, and one can go here, and the palace guy will fall off and clear all these angles. Now talking about plant, what I have seen cities, like when the city smoke comes, they will like obviously see the smoke coming from here. So like what they do is like they now line up with this before the smoke reaches, they'll quickly pull out their knife and line up with this default plant situation. So whenever they ever bomb planting, they will like blind blind fire through the smoke, and there are good chances that they will kill the bomber. So I would not suggest that you should plant at the default. What I would suggest is like you would plant from here, like no one will be able to see you from stairs, and our palace guy can push up to here and also like do a little bit of blind fire to scare the cities away and distract everyone from the bomber who is like going to plant. So they won't try to blind fire here, and if they don't have silenced weapons. So like the palace guy can, after clearing out this angle, you can come up here and blind fire here, and the bomber can plant somewhere around here. Now once you plant here, like you can see it from Emin, and also you can see it from palace. So it's a pretty nice plant situation. Once the plant is done, like, you can play Tetris around here, and someone can play Shadow if they want to. And obviously I would suggest that two guys can push up, fall back and hold Palace and Hymen. Or what we can do is, like, the Palace guy can hold stairs, and the Hymen guy can fall back and, like, hold this angle. And if someone tries to cross, if he sees someone crossing this angle, he will obviously inform the Palace guy that someone is backstabbing him, and he can even check to confirm that he has gone to Palace or is he coming to him. And I would at this times I would suggest you to hold some aggressive angle like this, because if you fall back and hide like this, this is a pretty obvious chance that, and he will easily pre-fire you. So I would suggest that you should play something aggressive like this, or like this. Okay, so this was it for the video. Hope you liked it, and thank you.